Mmm. Oh, there's nothing better. A little coffee with Flip in the morning. I tell you what, when I get here in the morning, the first thing that I do most of the time is I forgot to turn on these lights behind me. They're gonna flicker and it's gonna drive me crazy. Maybe, oh well. The first thing I do is make a spider web. Man, I'm really getting distracted today. But the first thing I do is make coffee. That's all I was trying to say. But good morning, everybody. This is Rob with flipaquatics.com. If you are new here, thanks for joining us. And hopefully we can have an action-packed stream today. Talk about a new series that I want to come out with, which is breeding shrimp for profit. Somebody sent me an email a little while ago telling me that, hey, you talked about doing a breeding shrimp for profit video. And I'm like, yes, I did. And I need to do that. So I was kind of brainstorming yesterday, coming up with a plan of how I'm going to do it. And I really, really, really need to make sure that I'm breeding this shrimp because it's easy to do a video on how to breed shrimp when you're just buying shrimp and reselling them. But that's no fun. And so I want to do it hobbyist level. So I got 2 tanks I'm going to set up, but we'll get into all that. Let me say good morning to everyone here. Again, if this is your first time here, definitely hit that subscribe button. We do this every single week. We just kind of talk and more or less you guys are my therapy board. And I will say things and you guys will give me your feedback and you guys help me through life. That's basically what it comes down to. But we do talk about shrimp. We do drink a lot of coffee, which is always amazing. And if you're not a coffee drinker, that's okay. Pull up a glass of chocolate milk or hot chocolate and we'll have a good morning together. But and I don't know why I started saying but all the time. But it's like when I have nothing else to say, I say but. So you guys keep track of how many times I say but today. I'll try to be conscious of it. Good morning, Florante Sanko. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rockland Calais said, what's up up in the hizzos, making annoying club foghorn sounds with mouth. Well, good morning to you, Rockland. Abel said, hello to you. David Ulrich, good morning. John LaMountain said, this project sounds like it'd be interesting. I have about 500 Bloody Mary shrimp. Maybe I can make some money selling a few. If you have 500 Bloody Mary shrimp, you could definitely make money selling a few. Benny Padilla said, hello. Tyler Bird, hello. Unfiltered Aquarius, good morning. H2O Culture, good morning. Victoria Tiss. That's a tough one. That's a tongue twister right there. Good morning to you. A bell. I can see a deadly cat in the background. Yeah, this is my fierce jungle lion, I want to say. I got that from Guatemala. Absolutely amazing. I got it from Tikal, if you don't know where that is. Oh, best trip in my entire life. Chris Lutchman. Hello, I'm new. Well, thank you for tuning in today. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to drink some coffee, talk about some shrimp, and give you guys a preview of what's coming up tomorrow on Flip Aquatics. This star said, hello, I'm from the Netherlands. Well, good morning all the way to the Netherlands. Shrimp with sweaters. Good morning to you, Hunter. Calum said, you got me obsessed with cherries, moving into crystal red shrimp. Watched hours of your videos to prepare. Well, thank you so much. Jess Shrimp Granny, good morning to you, Jess. Excited to see you in Aquashella, just a short little week away. It's coming quick. Mr. Zessie, good morning. BQ, cool, here for a live stream. Well, I'm glad you made it. Thank you for tuning in. Sebastian, good morning. Michael Tam, bonjour. Greetings from Paris. Well, bonjour to you. Let me think if I know more French. I took a year, maybe 2 years of French. Bonjour. Ça va? I think ça va. Muy bien. No, maybe that's Spanish. I don't remember. I tried. You got to give me a little credit here. Oh, man. But a lot of people are tuning in. Where's Amanda? People are asking. Brian's Fish Tanks in the house. We got Chris Bailey. We got a super chat from Joe Shrimp Shack. Thank you so much, Joe, for dropping a super chat. Joe is actually going to be at Aquashella. He's going to be spending some time with us. And then he dropped a $9.99 super chat. Man, what a guy. Sorry, trying to figure this out. Donate to help the bud. Thank you so much, Joe. Joe's been trying to get in contact with me for like literally 4 weeks now, I want to say, and I've just been so slammed. So Joe, so sorry for that. But I'm glad you're here hanging out. If you guys can, go check out Joe's Shrimp Shack. Give him a subscribe, give him a like, and I really appreciate you, Joe. And everyone else here, good morning. I see my buddy Kang Lee in the house, who's also going to be at Aquashella. But everyone's here, so good morning to all of you. Got to get that coffee in. Now, for coffee today, I actually tried this new blend out. Now, you can see I almost have it like white with creamer. so I'm still kind of a baby when it comes to black coffee. But I do drink it if I have to. This is actually French vanilla flavored Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So they actually sell the coffee beans pre-flavored, which I thought maybe I wouldn't need creamer, but I did. And so I got it. So that's what I'm drinking today. It's absolutely delicious. But let's get right into it. So first of all, we do this every single week. Now, on the opposite weeks, it's members only. So if you guys are interested in becoming a member, you can be a part of that stream. It's more of a one-on-one experience. If you want to get to know me better, if you want to hear a little bit more insight of what's going on in our business, because obviously I can't answer everyone's comments, but I will do my best to try. And so if you guys want to if you have specific questions, if you want to spend 30 minutes, one-on-one, just hanging out, pretty much one-on-one, we can do that every other Thursday or every other Wednesday. Man, my days are all mixed up. So if you guys want to become a member, we'd really appreciate it. It's a way of helping us and giving back to the channel, and we appreciate it. It's always good to have more people part of the family. But let's get into our topic at hand. So 2 weeks ago, I took all of Mark's fish to his shrimp pond. So let me give you a little backstory. So my great buddy Marcus Aurelius, that's really not his name. It's actually Mark St. John. Probably shouldn't have said that, but he wouldn't care. But anyway, Mark is always down here. He always does help for us. Well, we had a mascot, which was a fish that meant a lot to me, named Geo. So tilapia. Whole long story about that. The short story is one of our friends got murdered, died. We were helping clean out his fish room for the family, and we found this fish in his drain lines of his fish system, and it was a tilapia. We named him Geo after my friend Geo that got murdered, and so yeah, we took the fish back. We brought it back to health, and it just meant a whole heck of a lot to us. We had him for about, I want to say 4 or 5 years. I don't know the exact time frame, but he passed away, and so that's where this story picks up. But I do have to give a shout out to C Meeks 41, becoming a new member. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and being a part of our membership, our inner family, if you will. And so thank you so much. And where is Amanda? I will answer that. She's still at home. She's getting ready. She should be here rather soon. She's gonna help the guy just bag some stuff up. Maybe if she gets here in time, she'll pop her head in and come say hello to everyone. And so no promise on that, but it is a chance, especially if she's listening. So the 125, Geo passed away. It was a really, really sad thing, really sad. And so I had this empty 125. I was thinking about what I was doing. So my buddy, Marcus Aurelius the third, we'll say, Marcus has this idea that he has this fish tank. It's a 125 gallon. He has that at home. And his poor fish that are in there, he doesn't have time to take care of them. And so he says, would you be okay if I bring my fish down, put them in your 125 gallon, and then I'll bring my 125 gallon down and we can build a double stand, and then you'll still have a 125 gallon. I'm like, yeah, buddy, like that's no problem at all. Like we can do that. And so he brings all these fish down, severums, there was some barbs, there's some catfish, puts them in the tank, and then we never hear from him again. He brings a cave down, and then they're just there. And so we started taking care of these fish, and I asked him, I'm like, hey, you know what's going on with these fish? Like, I was assuming that, he would probably stop in and take care of them because they're his fish. He didn't. And not to talk bad on Mark. Mark's a great guy. But it was an interesting thing that he did to us. And so then I asked him, I was like, Mark, are you going to bring this 125 gallon down anytime soon? He's just like, why would I do that? I'm like, you said you were going to bring it down and make a double stand. And he's just like, well, I wasn't going to give it to you. I'm like, dude, that's what you said. And so a little bit of a misunderstanding, which is fine. And I promise this is all getting to breeding shrimp for profit. So now we have all these fish that we don't want. And he said, I don't care what you do with them. Do whatever you want with them. So I take him to a fish auction. I take the cave that he brought, like all the stuff that he brought. I just bag it all up and take it to this fish auction. I don't even know how much money I got for it. But he comes in one day. He's like, where's my fish? I'm like, dude, you said you didn't care about him anymore. So hopefully they went to a place where someone will care about them, because I don't want them. I don't want all these random fish that I have no passion for. Like if I'm going to do tank, it's going to be a bunch of nano fish. And so we got rid of them. We went to the Pittsburgh auction. What was that? 2 weeks ago? Not last weekend, the weekend before, something like that. And we got rid of them all. So thank goodness for that. Now we have this empty 125 gallon in the pond room. And so my thought is that I've been wanting to do how to breed shrimp series. I've been wanting to do a breeding shrimp for profit series. Excuse me. Let me get a drink of coffee. Much better. So I've been wanting to do these series, how to breed shrimp, an updated version. I want to do a series, how to breed shrimp for profit, or how to make money breeding shrimp, whatever the video title was going to be. I think I named this breeding shrimp for profit, something like that. But anyway, I want to do these series, and I realized that I have like no tanks that I'm breeding shrimp in. And so how can I do a video on how to breed shrimp if I'm not actually breeding shrimp right now? And I mean, granted, like we have like a couple Carolina tanks that we keep the shrimp and they breed, and there's tons of babies, and it is what it is. But we're not intentionally like setting out to breed shrimp. So my thought is with that 125 gallon, I'll do Neo Carolina out there. I'm thinking about doing fantasy blues and breeding them. So let me know your guys' thought on that. If you want me to do fantasy blues, I could do a different type of shrimp, but personally, my favorite fantasy blues for Neo Carolina. So I was thinking about doing that. And so the 125 gallon, we'd redo it all. We put new gravel in there. We put some plants in there, driftwood, moss, like all the things that I think are essential to breeding shrimp efficiently. And so that's probably the video I'm going to do for tomorrow. It's still just got water in it, some pool filter sand. I want to redo all that and set it up really cool and grow out some plants. And then I want to do a Carolina type too. So Jess said fantasy blues are her favorite. So good. We're good with fantasy blues. So in my office, I have this 60-gallon cube that has been sitting there for like, 3 years, maybe longer. And I always wanted to set it up. I never did. Now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to set it up and I'm going to breed some type of Carolina in it. And that way you guys can see from start to finish, like the setup of the tank, how I'm doing it, what I'm doing, when I'm adding shrimp, am I adding bacteria, what additives I'm using. Like I can go through the whole process. So we can do a series on how to breed shrimp and also on how to make money for shrimp. They'll kind of go hand in hand. And so I figured if I do a Carolina species and a Neo Carolina species, you guys can follow along with me as well. And I'll try to space them out far enough that if you guys get behind, you can catch up and get your tank up to date. And so I think it's going to be great. And so I'll give you some numbers. So breeding shrimp for profit. Does it actually make sense? Can you actually make money breeding shrimp? And I'm in kind of a unique situation. So as a hobbyist, when you breed stuff, you have to sell it on Aquabait, you have to sell it on eBay. You're not going to get as much money for it. Now, when I sell shrimp, because of the brand that we build and the quarantine that we do and the guarantees that we have and how fast we ship it, how we pack it, like all these things add up, and we're able to charge a lot more than, say, a hobbyist. So like a fantasy blue that we sell, I think costs $8. But when you buy from a hobbyist, like online, you're not sure who you're buying from. Maybe you're getting babies. That same shrimp might cost $5. And that's just because they're hobbyists. They don't have to make money. They don't have to pay employees. And so a lot of factors go into it. And we'll cover all that. And we're really going to – I'm going to do my best to go about this as a hobbyist would, not as a business owner or a person on YouTube, like just strictly as a hobbyist. Like what would I do? Now, granted, not everyone can set up 125 gallons to breed shrimp. Not everyone can have a 60-gallon cube to breed shrimp. And I get that, but that's just what I have available at the moment. I don't really want to go out and buy a tank and set it up just for breeding shrimp if it's not something that I'm super passionate about. And so can you breed shrimp and make money? The answer is absolutely yes, you can. So prime example. Let me. Can I get it? Can I get it right? Right there, right there. This is the prime example. I have had that tank. It's a 480 gallon tank. I've had it set up for about a year. We'll say a year. And I started off with, I believe, 1,000 shrimp. All blue bolts. Now, granted, it's expensive. If you were going to buy 1,000 shrimp retail, it would be about $10,000. A lot of money. And so I started off with 1,000 shrimp. It's been about a year, as we already established, and I forgot. It's been about a year. And there is probably at least 3,000 shrimp in there. And we're just getting ready to go through another breeding cycle as it approaches winter. They usually breed always going into winter and after winter. And so once that happens, we'll just have tons and tons of babies. So let's do the math together. I started off with 1,000. Now I have, I would say, at least 3,000. That's 2,000 shrimp in a year that we've increased our population by. Because they're USA bred. Now, granted, not everyone will be able to do this, but some people will be able to do this. Because they're USA bred, I'm able to charge a little bit more. So I think a blue bolt normally costs $10. So maybe we'll sell USA bred ones that are healthier. They've been bred here. They're used to our water, all these things. They're going straight from point A to point B. Now we can sell these for maybe $12. So if you start doing the math, 2,000 additional shrimp at a cost of, or at a sales price of $12, you're looking at $24,000. It's a lot of money. I mean, for a normal person, you could pretty much have that set up, and that could almost supply your yearly income. I mean, it's crazy. Now, granted, the setup of it is a lot. Like, you start factoring like all the live plants we use, which are optional. You factor in the soil. The soil is the biggest thing. I think we went through, gosh, 20 bags of soil maybe. I don't remember. But it was a lot of soil. And each bag, I think, wholesales for $71 or something like that. And then a lot of people just retail for what it wholesales for. And so if you start doing $70 times 18 or 20 bags, you're looking at $1,400 just in soil for setup. The tank alone, I don't remember how much I paid for it. Maybe like $15,000, $10,000. I don't know. And so there was a lot of expenses that went into it. But for someone like me, now all of a sudden I have an awesome display piece. I have a great tank to do videos on to teach people about shrimp keeping. That's actually interesting because they want to see big tanks. So like, take the money aside, this tank is a great investment just to be able to teach people how to take care of shrimp. Now, if you start factoring the amount of money you can make off of it, I mean, after a year, it's pretty much paid for itself, which is just mind-boggling. And so it really, really, really gets us into the mindset that like, hey, there is absolutely money to be made at shrimp. And the truth of the matter is the reason that I'm doing this series is, one, I think it will be educational. I think it will be good. But the one thing that the United States needs more than anything else is local shrimp breeders. Because let's get real, imported shrimp, that's all we sell right now. We sell a few USA bred, but mostly imported shrimp. And they come in with parasites. They come in unhealthy. We do a 30-day quarantine for a reason. All these things. It would be amazing if the U.S. was self-sufficient. Like, can you imagine if all the shrimp we sold were bred here? Or if there was so much supply throughout the U.S. of people breeding shrimp that you didn't even have to worry about imported shrimp. Like, that's the ultimate dream. That's the dream that I set out to do when I started this hobby. And it's still a dream. Like, that would be absolutely amazing. And you bet your butt, if there's so many shrimp in the United States, then guess who's going to be the biggest breeder in the United States? This guy. Because that's my passion. And if it makes sense to breed in the United States, like, we're setting up 125 gallons. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. 125 gallons. We got 24 of them set up right now. We're going to be putting water in them shortly. We need the air system, all this stuff to happen. But beside the point, that whole basement can be a 100% breeding operation if it has to be. But right now, here's the issue that we have. And this is just complete transparency with you guys. You guys are learning more about my business than most people know. So right now we have this issue with inventory, livestock. So we buy shrimp in, we quarantine them for 30 days. In a matter of 2 weeks to 4 weeks, we sell out of those ones that we quarantined, and we have to bring in a new import order. So we never have the inventory to just never run out of stock. It just never happened for us. So we have this thing where we're right here and we don't know where the demand is. We don't know if it's way up here. We don't know if it's right here. We have no idea. So we just need to keep adding more tanks to store more shrimp, to bring more in. And hopefully one day we'll realize like, oh, demand's right here. And now we're there. And then once we meet demand, we can go back and start breeding to offset demand. And so these are all things that we're working on. And right now, I mean, just to be completely honest with you guys, again, setting up 100 125 gallons in a fish room in a new building that's in addition to the building that we already have is expensive. It is extremely expensive. And we started doing it during the slow season. So the slow season is during the summer. Everyone's outside. They're doing things. So like, obviously sales aren't as good during the slow season. So now we're spending all this money. Money's going out. It's the slow season. There's not as much money coming in. It's like, man, like those are times where you have to have faith. Like you just know that you're doing the right thing. And it's just like, got to do it. You know, I always say that, not to bring God into it, but to bring God into it. I always say that like God has a plan and I'm just following it. And if he thinks it's a good idea to start a new building and the opportunity presents itself and we have the funds to buy all these tanks and start putting it together, then like, who am I to say no? So people always say that I'm never content. People do say it. They say that I'm always doing something like, why don't I just stop and enjoy the moment? And it's because it's not my path. It's his. And so I'm just following it. So a little bit of a tangent, a little bit off track, but that's what we're doing. We're trying to figure out demand. And I'm hoping that I can inspire the next generation of shrimp keepers, shrimp breeders to really start getting out there and breeding stuff. And I hope that a new How to Breed Shrimp series, a new How to Breed Shrimp for Profit series will inspire people to really start keeping shrimp and really go after breeding, because there definitely is. Sorry, I just saw something in the corner of my eye in chat. So yeah, so there's tons. Now, the biggest critics to Flip Aquatics is people say that we're just importers. We don't care, or we don't really breed shrimp. I mean, the one thing that irks me the most, I mean, it doesn't irk me, but it kind of like makes me sad, is people say that like, oh, Rob sucked at breeding shrimp, that's why he started importing. It's like, thanks, like really appreciate it. But at the end of the day, like the reason we started importing is because we never had enough shrimp, ever. There was never enough, and it's the same problem that we still have today. Like we just don't have enough shrimp ever, and it's crazy to think that. Like I'm telling you, like the shrimp hobby is huge. It is absolutely ginormously huge. So just a little bit of a tangent. I know we're just completely getting off topic sometimes, and I appreciate you guys. Like beginning of this video, I told you guys are more in my therapy session than anything else. But I found out the other day that there's this one guy that runs a shrimp business that hates me, like literally hates me. And a friend told me that, you know, when they spent time with him, all they did was talk about how much they dislike me and how like it's just all this stuff. And the truth of the matter is, I really met this guy one time in my entire life. And the time that I met him, I thought he was a nice guy. And I enjoyed hanging out with him. I bought a bunch of stuff from him, asked him a ton of questions, learned a lot from him. And now he hates me. And I have no idea what I did. And that stuff, like, it hurts my feelings. It really does. Like, I feel like I'm a people pleaser. I see you down there. I feel like I'm a people pleaser to an extent. Like, you know, when you own a business, you can't be a people pleaser all the time. But for the most part, like, I like to remain neutral. I like to get along with everyone. I don't get into gossip. Like, I just enjoy just being a real person. Like, if you guys are coming to Aquashella next weekend, you're gonna meet me. And the person you meet at Aquashella is the person that I am all the time. Now, if you ask my wife, I'm sure she'll say that there's sometimes that I'm a little annoying. Maybe sometimes I'm whiny, like, you know, but that's my boo. That's the girl that I go back to, and I I vent to sometimes. Like she's my backbone, so she gets the worst of it. But for the most part, like I'm just a happy-go-lucky guy. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, and I just love this hobby. I love the idea of growing it, and I'm so proud of everything that we've accomplished with this hobby. I'm so proud of how big it is today. I think that we have something to do with it. Like we definitely helped, and I'm just so proud. I'm so proud to be a part of this community and everything that we've done together. And I'm so happy and lucky to be able to have an audience to do how to breed shrimp videos and people watch them, and how to breed shrimp for profit videos and people watch those. Like how cool is that? And so like what an awesome life that I've been given because of the path that I chose. And again, I give all the glory to God. He's the reason I'm here, and he's the reason that I've made all the decisions I've made. And some of them are not always good decisions that I made, but it is what it is. And I'm lucky to be in the position that I am. And there's this saying, and I don't want to say it in an ego building way. I want to say in like a completely like vulnerable, transparent way that it's really lonely at the top. And so in the shrimp hobby, I would say that we are the biggest shrimp company out there. And that has a lot to do with you guys and our following on YouTube, and it has a lot to do with my commitment to making it, growing it, and building it. But when you get to the top, like no one roots for the person who's winning, right? That's just human nature. We root for the guy that is like building a business. Like in my hobby, with the shrimp, like there's a guy named Eric Lucas, who runs a business called Buy Pet Shrimp, and he got a little storefront recently, and he's just an awesome guy, like a really nice guy, like travels around all these fish clubs, and people love him, and I love him. I think he's awesome, and I wish him a ton of success. But a lot of people like hope that we fail and other people grow up and get bigger and overtake it. And it's just crazy. Like, and I get it, but it's kind of lonely. Like, it kind of sucks. Like, I wish all these little shrimp clubs would reach out to me and be like, hey, like, we'd love to have you come out and talk. We'd love to have you sponsor us. But like people, I guess the perception is that if Flip Aquatics is involved, it's like a buyout. Like, oh, like here's the guy throwing all the money around, like, great. And so it's just interesting. And I know that's off topic, and you guys probably don't want to hear about that. But again, like this is just as much therapy for me as it is entertainment for you guys. And honestly, like if you guys joined membership, if you join membership and you come to the opposite weeks when it's just me and like 20 people or something, like that's where the real therapy starts. Like that's where you get the real me, and you guys can just like really get to know like what's going on in my life, because like it is what it is. Like I don't have anything to hide. I'm sure I have some things to hide, but for the most part, like I just tell you guys everything, and we just talk, and it's funny. And so yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been answering too many comments or talking about too many comments. And Florante Sonko said, "Don't ever stop being yourself." And I'm like, I mean, honestly, I hope not. Like, I hope that I always remain humble. I pray every day. I hope that I remain humble every single day. It doesn't matter how much money I have or how much success we get. I always just want to be me. And yeah, I mean, it's fun. I love it. Don't get me wrong. With all this bad stuff that happens, like it's not bad. I love what I do every single day. I love the people that I have working here. I love everything. Like I'm the happiest person. Like you've never met somebody that worked 80 hours a week that is as happy as I am. Like I would work 100 hours a week if my wife would let me, but family time does come first. And so there's weeks that you have to work more, and there's other weeks that you have to spend time with family more. And that's just the way it is. And so yeah, like, I mean, how cool is it that I get to travel and go to like Aquashella for a full week, and just like spend time with you all, enjoy it, and be a part of it. It's gonna be fun. And Fritz Aquatics sponsor this channel. Fritz Aquatics in the house at Aquashella Aquatic Experience and OCA. Cannot wait to see you. Yeah, we're gonna be at all three, so it's gonna be great, guys. Like, I'm so excited for the future of this channel, and I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know where YouTube's gonna go. I don't know if this is something that might fizzle out, or if it's something that we're gonna keep growing and building. But I'm along for the journey, and I hope you are too. And it's just gonna be cool. So, little tangent, your Wednesday morning hump day tangent. Let me go through, see what you guys are saying. Beta FX said, I love you, and I love you too. Truly, I really, really appreciate everything that you've all done for me. And I'm sure there's this couple of people that are in here just like, oh, I hate this guy. But, you know, I love you too. And I hope that at the end of all this, we can make the shrimp hobby the biggest it could ever be. And eventually we have some internationally known breeders in the U.S. that are just doing awesome things, and that's my dream. That's my dream. So it'll be something special when we get there. So there's a comment that just got hidden automatically because they used the word the P word, which is not okay. So now I have to say it because now you're really gonna get confused. But I'm not gonna say it, but it's the P word. That's when you're in movies. But they said they were an old movie star, and they were just stopping in to say good morning. So yeah, there's that. Jess hit him. Good job, Jess. You're on top of it. No one saw it. But yeah, so that's pretty funny stuff. Florante. So again, I just want to say that I truly appreciate all of you. If you're here watching, thank you. Truly, thank you. If you're a member here, thank you. Thank you. Because you guys are you're my backbone of YouTube. Like, my wife's my backbone of life. My wife and God, obviously. But you guys are my backbone as far as YouTube, and I really appreciate your guys' feedback and all you guys do for me. And if you guys ever want to become a member, I promise you will not regret it. Especially if you just enjoy spending time with me. I think it's cool. I love seeing it grow. I think we're up to I want to say we have 60 members, maybe a little bit more, something like that. So we're growing every single month. Our membership core is getting bigger. And so my goal still, I would think it would be awesome to have 1,000 members. And it's not for the financial gain of it. It's just because like to have 1,000 people that truly believe in what you're doing, that's how you get things done. That's how change is made. That's how change happens. And so I think that is my biggest goal. Don't forget, you can support Flip Aquatics on Patreon too. I need to get rid of Patreon. I appreciate everyone that supports me on Patreon, but the truth is, I don't do anything with Patreon. And so I need to get rid of it and just move everyone over to channel membership. But thank you, Senpai, for mentioning that. And you guys, just absolutely awesome. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm not going to scroll back because there's so much stuff that you guys messaged me. But if you have questions, drop them in the chat right now, and I will do my best to answer them. I'll try to get through as many as possible. A new member coming in. Thank you so much. Christian Navarro coming in here. And thank you so much for being a member. I want to see more members posts. Yes, Kim, babies like mine. Thank you so much. So my goal with membership is I want it to be you know how people post on Instagram every day? I really want to make my YouTube membership, as far as I don't know, membership goes. I want it to be my personal storyboard. And so I want to post pictures if me and Amanda have to go take care of the chickens or something, or if we find an egg in a random spot, just more my life. And so that's what I want it to be. So Kim, thank you so much for saying that. It's just a reminder that I need to do that. I posted a picture of Amanda. Her birthday was 2 days ago. And so I'm trying to get into a better routine and make it more of a habit every single day to get on there and reach out to the members and just make more of a one-on-one connection with you guys. And so for all the people that became members, say thank you so much. and everyone else that's here. I appreciate you, and don't ever feel pressure to be a member. I'm so happy that you guys are here and being a part of what we're doing. But let me read through some of the questions and see what people are saying. Big Goof said, I found Dragonfly Nymph in my tank after adding new plants. Should I restart the tank? No, I wouldn't. If it were me, I would just watch the tank and take out the Dragonfly. If you have an extra tank, maybe I would just drain some water and put the plants in there for a couple of weeks just to make sure nothing else hatches off of it. But no, I really wouldn't be concerned. I'll tell you, I got plants one time that came in with leeches, and I had leeches in my aquarium for like a year. And I tell you what, those shrimp still bred, and that tank still did good, even though the leeches were in there. So they obviously didn't kill too many shrimp, at least that I knew about it. And I remember the tank exactly. It was in my first ever shrimp room, which I have a video on it. And it was the second, like on the corner, it was the second tank, and it was a 40-gallon. And yeah, so I wouldn't be. I mean, it would suck if like something happened. Like if you're really concerned, you could always take your shrimp out or your fish out and put them in a different tank just to monitor it. But I think it'll be good. Linval Walter said, when will you guys stock chili reservoirs? So to be honest, I think we have a lot of chili reservoirs in stock. I think they cleared quarantine last week, and I'm gonna take a guess, and I'm gonna say that it's possible that we just didn't put them back in stock because we've been so busy. If that's the case, then they'll be back in stock. My team's probably listening right now, so maybe if Jeff's listening or Tyler's listening, they could just check a tank and let us know in the chat if there are chili reservoirs in stock. But if we do have them in stock, they'll be listed today, which I believe that they are. I really do. By my name. Twin City Gubby said, I got a red micro crab by my name. Yes, you do. You got a little funny crab. What kind of fish can you breed with shrimp that can also be sold? So if I was going to do it, if I had to put a fish in a tank, I would probably do endlers. Just small little endlers, like because there's some of those you can sell for a decent amount of money, like $20 a pair, sometimes $30 a pair. I know Lucas Brett sells some that are just ridiculous. And so I would do endlers. I mean, guppies, I know Corey used to do guppies all the time with his shrimp, so that's possible. C-Dub Wow said, I laugh when you put a Swedish fish in my shrimp order. So in all the orders that we ship in Flip Aquatics, we send a Swedish fish with our orders, unless we forget, which does happen. But we send a Swedish fish. And it's just one of those things that, like, Jay Wilson from Northfin USA was doing that all the time. And I just thought it was so cool. And I always wanted to add something to ours. And so I just thought, Swedish fish, like, I like them. I eat them almost every day. So just because they're here, yeah, you know how that goes. Senpai said, so let us say I have a bunch of shrimp to sell. What do I sell? Or where do I sell them? I know two of my LFS, 1 hour away, will buy cherry shrimp for $1 each, but only give credit. So if I was going to start as a hobbyist, I got to do more research to figure out where a hobbyist can sell. But I would try local fish stores, and it sounds like you tried them and they're not buying them. I feel like $1 a piece for cherry shrimp is actually, that's pretty good. So even credit, like, that's not bad. I would negotiate with them if you could, but the places that I would do it would probably be eBay and Aquabid, or even Amazon. You can sell live animals now. You just had to ship them yourself. So I would get really good at doing places like that because, like, Amazon is one of the largest marketplaces in the world, if not the largest marketplace. And so if you, sorry for the yawn. Apparently I need another sip of coffee. That's it. That's good. Watch me yawn in like 2 seconds. But anyway, I would really learn how to ship live shrimp and be really good at it. And when I do the breeding shrimp for profit series, I'll actually go through and I'll teach you guys everything. I'll teach you how to ship. That's funny. In my phone, everything always autocorrects to shrimp. Anything that's like an SH word. Always autocorrects to shrimp because I use the word so much. But yeah, I'll teach you guys everything, like where to sell them, how to sell them, and I'll actually even go through the process of doing it with you. So whatever I breed out, I won't sell on my website. I'll sell it on eBay with you guys. I'll sell it on Amazon. We can go through the whole learning process together. And it would just be one of those things that if you guys follow along on the journey with me, by the end of it, hopefully you'll start selling shrimp. Senpai said, also, neither have tanks with Caridina parameters, so they will just die there. Oh, yeah. So it also comes down to educating local fish stores, too, because they really don't know yet. My buddy, Kang Lee, Twin Cities Guppies. Go check him out. He has the best guppies in the United States. I'm going to say it right here. He said, Rob, Sai just said when she hears you talk, it's like going to church. You motivate her to get up and chase her dreams. You and Amanda Rock keep motivating us. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, buddy. You and Sai are two of the most amazing people I've ever met. I love you guys. I think you guys are awesome. I hope that your business continues to thrive. And if you ever need anything, you know that I'm always here for you, buddy. Kang Lee. Well, it's not Kang anymore. He has a different name. It means he's Boss Lee, because I forget the Hmong way to say it. But Boss Lee, and he's just an awesome guy. Let's see. Swedish Fisher Classic, blah, blah, blah. So Jess is the best mod ever. She's just going through and just handling it. But anyway, Terry's Tanks, my buddy Terry. See you at Aquatics. I'm glad your business is going great. I don't hate you for getting large. Instead, I aspire to be as big as you someday instead of being negative. My man, Terry. Terry, I'm with you, buddy. If I can do it, you can do it. It just takes work and it takes time. And just keep chasing your dreams, buddy, and you'll get there. And there's plenty of room in this ocean for everyone. And I love it, man. So thank you so much for that. Let's see. John Mark said, hey, Flip, is it cold where you are? It was a little cold this morning. It was like 60 degrees. I mean, I'm guessing you're asking because I got my Flip Aquatics sweatshirt on. Yeah, it was a little cold. I do got an air conditioner going, though, if you guys can hear that. I do got an air conditioner going. But, yeah, so guys, gals, everyone, Steve's Aquatics, how do I know when it's time to call shrimp? Whenever you have enough shrimp that you can call and it wouldn't make a difference on the colony, that's the time to do it. And I only call babies. And sometimes I'll call adults if they look really bad, and then I'll leave babies to replace adults. But we'll go through all this in the Breeding Shrimp for Profit series. And so Jess said, at Flip Aquatics, David Ulrich wants to know, what is the best size tank for breeding shrimp? The best size. The best size for now and for always and forever is the 20-gallon long. I love that tank size. Pretty much every single tank in my warehouse is a 20-gallon long. It is the best. I love it. I think it's awesome. It's got a great footprint. Now, I could argue and say that the 40-gallon low boy would be a better option, but that's not as cost effective. I haven't used it yet, but I would assume that it is a better option just because that footprint is, for lack of better words, sexy. So, yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. 15-gallon long is great too. And a 12-gallon long. So if you guys are coming to Aquatics, I'm bringing some very, very, very unique tanks to set up, and we're going to have them as displays. At the end of the show, we're actually going to sell them. So if anyone's interested in buying tanks, you can buy them off us, especially unique tanks. We're going to bring like a 12-gallon bookshelf tank, a 6-gallon bookshelf tank, a 3-gallon bookshelf tank, some really crazy like low boy looking tank, 14 by 14 by 14 cube, all low iron, all like really, really high-end tanks. We're going to bring those. Joe Shrimp Shack becoming a new member. Thank you so much, Joe. Really appreciate that, buddy. I think that's awesome. I'm excited to hang out with Joe. He's going to be doing some aquascaping at the Aquashella, and he's going to be a part of the YouTube booth. But, yeah, guys, I truly appreciate all of you. Thanks for all of you hanging in and hanging out and being a part of this stream. And I appreciate you all. So thank you so much. I really enjoyed hanging out. I'm so sorry if I didn't get to some of your questions. If I didn't answer them, feel free to drop a comment down below, and I will do my absolute best to answer them in the next live stream. But don't judge me if I don't, because I am busy. But that's not an excuse. So anyway, you guys make it an amazing, amazing week. I hope to see you guys next weekend at Aquashella. All you members, I'll see you guys next week on Wednesday at the members only live stream. And thank you to all the members that joined up today. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for the support. You guys make it a great rest of your week. And as always, God bless. See you guys.